Hello, hello, successful souls. We are here for the Q&A session of the Mastering Money Masterclass. We're here on Zoom, so I see some lovely faces. At the same time, we're going to be allowing people to come in, and we're going to be answering questions as we go. Now, several were already submitted. And again, right now, we are enrolling until Tuesday. That's going to be our first day. So people are like, when do I have time to sign up? It's going to be on Tuesday. And Karina, can you remind me what that date is, the actual date for Tuesday? That is, I have it here.
Look at her, where's she at right now? Beautiful background.
We are on, it'll be the 12th. So the 12th is when we are kicking this off. Thank you, Karina, I just saw that. So the 12th is when we're gonna be starting on the first session, getting into the signature program, which is Mastering Money Mindset, okay? So let's go into these questions. Again, several questions were submitted and I'm so grateful for that. So many takeaways, so many DMs. We had emails come in of people asking questions and just saying like, yo, yesterday, Cynthia was like, it really helped me. Thank you for that support. And of course, that's exactly what these sessions are for. So several of the questions were regarding the actual programs, the investments, reminder of what the bonuses are. So we'll be covering that today. And then several questions about relationships with money, how to evolve with money, and things that we covered were there as well. I loved hearing your takeaways. I heard a lot of people say their biggest takeaway was one, the energy of money is the energy of commitment. Love that was a takeaway for you. That's a big, big thing that really helped me because again, when someone pays you as a client, they are putting their money out because that is them committing to the process. But you then are committing to them and their success, right? So it's you have to see it. Everything in life is a relationship. And money is that exchange of commitment. And that's what that's about. So again, when my clients come and they pay to work with me, the value is there, but at the same time, it is my commitment to support you on your experience. And that is why, you know, when you come here, I always say, you know, you're going to do the work. I'm going to do everything possible, especially for accountability, checking in on you daily. My team is there, having one-on-one session with you from my team every single month to make sure that you are moving ahead, making sure that you are completing your homework and your soul work and making sure that you're getting your vision board in, making sure that we have the accountability, ready, Inner Feminine Beast Accountability Power Hour. That's a mouthful, but that's when I'm there on Zoom with you, watching you do the work to make sure that you are showing up as a woman who gets the results, okay? So accountability is a big part, and that's what I'm saying. I'm committed to your success. So let's talk about the other thing that people really said was a big takeaway, and I was so happy to hear. And we're gonna really emphasize this a little bit more today in the Q&A session. But people were saying, Cynthia, now that I understand that the energy of money is the same as the energy of love, that blew my mind because I realized I need to be a better partner in my relationship with money. Yes, and that's what I was joking around. That's when everything changed for me, when I started treating money like a love affair, because I realized I was not being a good partner. We all know that you desire money. I desire money. We don't need money, right? We desire it. But are you desirable to money? I made myself desirable to money, and that's what helped me to receive it more. So I'm so glad to hear that these are your big takeaways. That's what I wanted to hear. Again, somebody else said it's not about needing, it's about desiring. Yes, 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 it's what I love. Okay, so let's get into the first question. And this is probably one of the most important because we covered a lot yesterday. But as a reminder, people were asking, can you just go over what the different investments are, what the different programs are again, and what the bonuses are that are available leading up until Tuesday, again, the 12th. Okay, so the spiritual success experience, again, this is the 12-month experience, and this is all about becoming a woman who is deeply satisfied with the life that you are living. This is for a success-driven woman who really is ready not to just, you know, be a CEO of a business or a leader in a business, but really to be the leader of her life. Because I know you're the leader of your family, you're the leader in your community, and it's really about embodying that woman who has the things that you desire in the spiritual and bringing it down here into the physical, which means you're not going to try, you're not going to figure out, you're not going to dabble, and someday maybe get it right. What's going to happen is that you're truly going to own it. You're going to claim it. You're going to connect with your inner feminine beast, which is the version of you that has the courage, the power, the strength, and the clarity to get it done, to see it through. And when you connect your inner feminine beast in this program, what happens is you begin to master. And mastering is really focusing on your mindset, your meditation practice, which is everything. We'll talk a little bit more about that today, but also understanding metaphysics, understanding universal laws, and also really Mastering Manifestation, which includes money, but money is not the only thing for success. It's also relationships, and it's also health and wellness and feeling sexy and confident in the body, the beautiful body that you have. So all of that, I'm telling you, it's 10 years of metaphysical studies. It's 10 years of my business consulting and sales strategy mindset. And it's really how I manifested the life I have. It's the woman who I am. It's not what I did, it's what I do every single day. And I'm there to support you weekly. I'm there to check on you accountability wise, daily and monthly. It's everything I can possibly put into a program to help you up level in all areas of success. Okay. So when it comes to the 12-month program, full 12 months, the investment is $9,590. We do have a payment plan available, which is $888 a month. Now, when you do the pay in full option, you're actually saving $1,096. Okay, so there's a big incentive there. But at the same time, when you do the pay in full, again, it's really about being the woman who is showing up fully. She's not dipping her toe. She's cannonballing in. I want to celebrate you for that. And when you decide to do the pay in full for the full year, it actually is going to be a one-on-one session with me for 1 hour. Just so you know, my one-on-one sessions are valued at over $1,000 for the hour. Okay, so that is an amazing option that is there for you. We announced yesterday, for the first time ever, we're really excited to be offering not only a 12-month version of the Spiritual Success Experience, but now we offer a 6-month also. Was that really cheesy? I felt like I got called to do that. Okay, so we're offering the 6-month as well. Now the 6-month, when you pay for this is going to be $5,400, okay, for 6 months of the Spiritual Success Experience. The pay in full is actually going to save you $600, because if you do the payment plan, which is definitely available for you, that's $1,000 a month. Okay. When you do a pay in full, remember, so there is a savings of $600, but there's also a one-on-one session with me. This will be a half-hour session. Okay. So valued at over $500 with your girl. So what is covered in the one-on-one sessions? People are asking that. That's the best thing about one-on-one work, is that it can be anything that you desire. Now, I'm going to wait to have you do your one-on-one session when you do painful about a month into working together, because I really want you to absorb some of the content. I really want you to embrace it, to get into the vibe of it, and really come prepared. And I want to get to know you a little bit better too, because I'm going to be able to channel and to support you and to connect with you emotionally to really help you get the most of your one-on-one session. A lot can be done in an hour session, let me tell you, because when I work with my clients who are my one-on-one clients, we meet for an hour every time. And the thing about, again, this can be, a lot of the women will come to me for the one-on-ones to really talk about getting clarity on their vision, getting step-by-steps on how to complete their personal goals, really about connecting to their inner feminine beast, how to really do the embodiment work. Because it's not just mindset work. Mindset work is this part of it, like the small part of it. It's not just thinking and feeling, it's about really bringing it into your body and being the woman, not thinking like a woman, but being the woman. And when you be her and you show up like her and you take aligned action like her, what happens? You get the aligned results. So let me show you what that means. That's what can happen in a one-on-one session. Now, also, so you know, during this particular complimentary masterclass, we're talking to you a lot about the content that is inside the Spiritual Success Experience, which again is mindset, meditation, metaphysics, and manifestation. I also am a business consultant and sales consultant to, 6-figure and 7-figure women. So a lot of times people will use these sessions to be like, Cynthia, can you teach me some of the things that you're teaching your VIP inner circle clients? And can you teach me a little bit about sales? Can you help me a little bit with my organization? Can you help me develop a program? Absolutely. I'm an expert. Again, it's one thing, I promise you, it's not just what you do that matters, it's who you are. But when I created my business and became a 6-figure company in 4 months and multiple 6-figure company in 6 months, it wasn't just, from meditating and thinking and hoping and praying. It was having the right strategies, it was having the right structures and the right systems. But that's not the most important. It really is who you are when you do it. So combining them together is how you get amazing results. And that is what I teach ladies inside VIP Inner Circle. So the Mastering Money Mindset program is also available. This is our signature program. So when you come into either the 6-month or the 12-month, this is where we're actually going to be starting inside the program. And that's exactly why we talked about money, during this particular masterclass, because it's going to segue into this next signature program. The signature program is available for you for 10 weeks. So if you want to come in for 10 weeks, see what it's like to sit with the women inside this spiritual success experience, see what it's like to communicate with me as your mentor, and see what it's like on Zoom. You're still going to get the daily check-ins. You're still going to come to the Inner Phone to Beast Accountability Power Hour. You're still going to have the Facebook accountability. I'm still there to answer your questions. The only thing that's going to be different for this is obviously it's not the longevity of it. You're going to pay a little bit more versus doing the longer investment. But at the same time, you're not going to get the one-on-one call. Okay, that's the only thing that's really mainly different. But this is available for you because I want to make it accessible for everybody. So when it comes to the Mastering Money Mindset Signature Program, this is available at $2,375. or 2 payments of $1,250. Okay, so that is available for you. Now, something I didn't mention yesterday that I want to make sure that you are aware of is that, yes, there are bonuses as well for the signature program. Okay, so let's talk about what that is. I decided that if you decide to enroll in the 10-week program, I'm going to be throwing in 2 additional sessions complimentary. Okay, that's a fancy way of saying free, y'all. I'm putting that in. And what that is going to be is things that I feel are absolutely necessary for you to really make the most out of this. Okay, so 2 sessions from the Spiritual Success Experience you're going to be getting as well. And this is number 1, knowing your why. It's really important to understand that in order to really have that cause that creates the effect, you have to be intentional about the cause you put out there. So intention is everything. Clarity is everything. Because remember, everything in life is an investment, not just money going out and money coming in. Your thoughts are an investment. Your relationships are an investment. If you are in relationships where you're not getting a return, we got to change that. Everything that your Inner Phone Beast does is very intentional. The way I brush my teeth is intentional, okay? What I put into my body is intentional. The way I show up, the way that I dress, the way that I am as a mother, as a leader, as a mentor, it's very intentional. So really, this is so important because knowing your why is going to help you come up with that full year plan, understand what you need to do monthly, and understand what your why is. Because I'll tell you, if you don't have an understanding of what your why is, I guarantee you're not going to get to where you want to be because things are going to go wrong. They always do. If they didn't, you would already have everything that you desire. I joke around, but we'd all be sitting on the beach as billionaires with 6-pack abs drinking margaritas every day if we all could just achieve our goals all the time. But things come up. What are those things? What are you going to do about it when they come up? You need to have a plan. So knowing your why and having this plan is going to be included in the signature program. Now, obviously, if you do the 6-month or the 12-month SSE, Spiritual Success Experience, I'm going to be doing that live with you as well. And you can have that when you first enter. The other session that is the bonus, so 2 bonus sessions when you do the signature program. The second one is going to be the the Successful Soul System guided meditation, step by step by step. So when you become a client of mine, I'm going to teach you the exact meditation that I do every single day, and then I'm going to hold you accountable to do every single day. This meditation is not just something I threw together because I thought it was cute. I have worked with over 23 spiritual and religious groups meditating with them. I've gone to the College of Metaphysical Studies and I have worked with endless, meditation coaches, intuitive practitioners. And I have taken a little bit from this, taken a little bit from this, taken a little bit from this. And then of course, channeled from my higher self, my Inner Phone and Beast, the ultimate meditation when it comes to manifestation. It really helps to program your subconscious. It really helps you to work with universal laws. It really helps you to connect and ground and shield and to really, be able to surrender. It works with masculine energy. It works with feminine energy. It's really just something that is going to change your life. And I mean that. And here's the thing. If you do this, I always say, if you do it consistently, 20 minutes a day, Cynthia, that's a lot. It can change your life. 20 minutes a day. Okay. 20 minutes a day for 2 weeks, you're going to notice changes. 2 weeks. That's it. And the more and more you do it, the drastic, but around 2 weeks, you're going to start noticing some pretty amazing changes. And that is going to be taught to you as well as a bonus when you come into the Mastering Money Mindset Signature Program. Now, of course, if you join SSE, 6-month or 12-month, that's going to be available for you as well. The other question that we got about the programs before we get into some of these questions about money is, Cynthia, you were mentioning yesterday a ton about universal laws, and I found that fascinating. But at the same time, you didn't really say what the offer was for your Mastering Universal Law program. Now, this is something that we're going to have available tomorrow. So if this is what you're interested in, let me know. The Mastering Universal Law signature program is something that you can purchase. These are pre-recorded modules, but they are golden. They go over all the universal laws. Now, what is a universal law? Here's the thing. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Again, if I have my pen and I let it go, does it float away? No, it falls. Why? Because of gravity. Gravity is a universal law because what goes up must come down. And it's the same for everybody everywhere, whether Michaela or Nancy or Karina, right? If they let go of the pen, it doesn't float away for some of them. It doesn't matter if they're in Japan, in Australia, or in the UK, or here in Florida with me. What happens is it's always going to go down because the laws are consistent. So if you don't understand these laws, I guarantee they're working against you. You ever fall on your face? That is gravity working against you. And that is an example. So I want to teach you the 7 main laws that really govern the universe. We talked a lot yesterday about cause and effect. We talked about the law of rhythm. We talked a ton about the law of correspondence. That was only 3 out of the 7 laws. So again, learning these laws really helped me to build my relationship with money. And that is now available for you as well, okay? So the signature program for Mastering Universal Laws will be available for you tomorrow. Reach out to Karina if you're interested in that. And that's gonna be a one-time payment of $1,180, okay? So again, there's something there for everyone. Let us know what you're interested in, how we can support you. And if you're not quite sure, let us help you to find the best container. I promise you, I'm not going to put you in the wrong one. Again, your success is my success. It's really important that I feel that you are in the best container that's going to really support you in your growth. Okay. Debbie, thanks for joining us live here. Okay. So some great questions came in about the sessions we had yesterday. First, let's connect to Shelly Ray. I don't think she's here live with us, but we'll go ahead and answer her question. So Shelly Ray said, what should our relationship with money look like in order to manifest more money? So we talked about this in depth yesterday, but let me just highlight what this really is again. So truly, when you look at how you do one thing, it's how you do everything. And the example that I gave, the thing that lights me up more in the world, the thing that I feel I was most successful at, the thing that I felt really just made me more happy and I had so much peace with in my life was my relationship with my husband. Okay. And so I thought about, why do I have a great relationship? I paid attention to the way that I spoke to him. I paid attention to the way that he spoke to me. I paid attention to how he treated me, how I treated him, how he made me feel like, and it was a give and take. It's this relationship. And I realized if I follow these standards on how I have a great relationship with him, because of the law of correspondence, again, how you do one thing, so how you do everything, I can apply those same principles to money. So I decided to have a love affair with money. Now, here's the thing. You can say, Cynthia, that sounds silly. That sounds crazy. Well, it works. It works. I'm telling you. So what this means is I give and I take freely. It's not like, oh man, I really, really hope that I'm not giving too much love today. And I hope I'm not receiving too much love today. That sounds silly, right? Like you wouldn't say that. But if you realize that's how money works too, you apply it that way. So it's not about needing love. It's about not needing to give love. It's about desiring to have love and desiring to give love. I look at money as a desirable thing. I want to be desirable to money. And I pay attention to that. And yesterday we gave all the examples of how we may talk to money and we realize, wait, if we talk to people like that, they would not want us in their life. So you got to treat money as you would treat relationships with people. And all of a sudden you're going to be like, I understand I'm a really great friend. Am I being a good friend to money? I understand I'm a really great lover. Am I being a great lover to money? It's the same thing, I promise you. And that is what we mean about the relationships that you should have with money. And again, we talked so many different examples yesterday. Joey was watching the replay yesterday. He's like, let me watch what you did yesterday. And he was like, these are so good, these examples, but we had so many. So definitely check that out again. Let us know if you have questions after reviewing that. So Estefania, she was so interactive yesterday. Oh my gosh, did you see that? I just said her name and she popped on. Estefania, I literally just said, okay, now Estefania's question, and boom, there she is. I think that's so great. Well, we're covering your question now. Okay, so Estefania was saying, so I know that you mentioned the 3 realms, and I will be honest with you. That is, I understand, a really big, complex situation. Okay, we're talking about realms here. I'm going to dive deep with you on that inside this spiritual success experience. We're going to make sure that you understand how the mental realm works, how the spiritual realm works, and how the physical realm works. But to answer your question here, you said, okay, so there's the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. I meditate often, and that definitely helps. And I think my mind, what I desire, but then what? That's where I get stuck. Okay, so this is good. The thing is, when you are thinking in your mind about what you desire, you can't see it outside of yourself. You don't just see the things that you hope to have, that you desire someday to have. The whole trick is that you need to see it as if though it's already done. It's done. And you'll hear me say it all the time. You can, you are. To me, in my mind, it's already done. It's all about seeing the end result. But then it's one thing to think, and it's one thing to tap into the spiritual and have your dedicated meditation practice, which is fabulous that you're doing that. But the most important part that a lot of people don't talk about, and what I really think differentiates me as a coach and a mentor, is that it's about teaching you how to show up in the physical. Because if you can see it in your mind, it's real. You may not see in the physical, but remember, the mental realm is just as real as the physical realm. It's just different. So if you can see in your mind what it's like to be the woman that already has what you have, you then have to embody that here now in the physical, which means you need to act like the woman who already has what you want. And that can be really scary in the beginning if you're not used to, because Cynthia, why would I ever do that? I don't have the thing that's in front of me. Well, I'm telling you, it's a formula. There's a cause that creates the effect. The effect is not random. The effect is completely correlated to what you're putting out there. You need to be intentional and conscious of how you're showing up and what you're putting out there. And what does that mean? You have to think like the woman that has what you desire now. How would she think versus how you're thinking now? I always say this, ready? Who are you? Who do you want to be? And what's the difference? The difference is a choice for you to make. The difference is usually some story you're telling yourself, because right here, right now, you have a choice. You can decide to start thinking like her. She doesn't think with fear. She looks at fear like growth. See, I always use the example, black cat. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? Some people will say, Halloween, scary. Exactly, Stefania, scary, black, evil, witches, bad luck. But some people will say cute, cuddly companion. The cat itself never changed. That's the deception of perception. The cat is just a cat. However you decide to label something your reality is what it is to you. So I don't call things scary, I call them exciting. And so what is important is you have to be the change you wish to see. So if you said you wanted to be a 7-figure woman, you wanted to be a 6-figure woman, a multiple 6-figure woman, whatever it is. Okay, if you wanted to be a multiple 6-figure woman, let's use that as an example, and right now you're not there, well, remember, that version of you doesn't have to be created. She already exists. You just have to align with her. So think like her, feel like her, act like her. What does she think that you don't? How does she think? Is she constantly scared? Is she constantly timid? Is she constantly holding on to things because she's afraid they're going to go? Or is she freely giving? Is she understanding she has the power to make more? Does she understand she's a child of God and that she's divine and that she can do things now that she gets to live this life? How does she feel versus how you feel? You can choose to feel that way now. And most importantly, how does she act? Align action is how you're going to get results. And guess what? Sometimes you're going to get it wrong. But if you keep moving, it's going to be okay. If you don't go at all, you're never going to get anywhere. So I'd rather you make mistakes and have failures, because failures can be your biggest teacher. In fact, we celebrate all the wins. Every single day when you are here at the Spiritual Success Experience, we are celebrating all the wins, little or big, but I celebrate failures too. Because the failures means you're getting up and you're doing something. You're actually moving. And that is progress. I have failed many times, and I plan on failing many more times because I plan on growing. And so it's really important to understand aligned action is what's key. So what would the version of you who already has multiple six figures, what would she be doing that you're not doing now? You do what she does, you're going to get the results that she does. Cynthia, that's terrifying. I've never been taught that. Yeah. But are you getting the result you want now? You got to do something different. I'm telling you, it was not long ago that I was a woman who had $200, like total. It really wasn't long. And we're talking about a few years. And then I decided I was tired of that. And I thought like the woman, felt like the woman, act like the woman that I wanted to be. And I did it through bringing God into my life, through really connecting to my intuition, to my higher self, my inner feminine beast, and really just making moves. Every day, just making moves. And I always, you want to know how you hyperspeed? You do the thing that scares you the most, but you do it enough to realize it's not actually scary. The feeling of fear is the feeling of growth. I love growing because every time I grow, beautiful things come into my physical. So that is really what I would say to that. Does that help you, Stefania? Yes, it does, she says. Awesome. I hope you guys can't see, like I'm kind of sweating out here. It was a little bit cooler before. Okay, it is a hot day in sunny Florida. All right, so somebody was asking too, we've had a few people ask this, and this is a great question. So going back to, we covered what all of the different programs were again, what all the different investments were, all the different bonuses, including the signature programs, okay? We just answered about relationship with money and then understanding the different realms. And now we're going back to a question more about the program. So someone was asking, Cynthia, do you provide any financial assistance for your programs? So here's the thing. Again, we do have the payment plans. So again, for the 12-month, that's $888. For the 6-month, it's $1,000 a month. And then if you're looking at the Mastering Money Mindset Signature Program, you can do 2 payments of $1,250. But there is another option. And just so you know, I am not affiliated, okay? I haven't personally used it myself, but we've had clients in the past have great results. They had great, they said it was super easy to use. And so we recommend it sometimes. But PayPal is an option that some people have decided to use to come and work with us. So when it comes to PayPal, what I know, and you might want to look into it more yourself, again, I have no relationship with them, is they provide 0% interest loans for up to 6 months, which means, again, we have a 6-month program. We have the Mastering Money Mindset 10-week program, and you can even do the 12-month program. The only thing about this is that when you decide to do PayPal, it has to be one of the pay in full options, which is again for the 12-month, the $9,590, the 6-month, $5,400, or the Mastering Money Mindset, that could be the $2,375. Now, the reason we have you do the pay in full option only is because that is not the platform that I collect normal payments on. So if you go to the sales page, you put in your credit card number, if that's what you decide to do, it's run through a certain platform. I don't want to have payments come in through all the different platforms because for the back of the house, that can be very hard to do. But this is also a great option because for something that may not have been available a second ago, now if you're approved, it's available for you. But also remember, when you do the pay in full, you get that significant savings. When you do the 12-month, you save over $1,096 because you're doing a pay in full. You also get the bonus of the 1-hour session valued at over $1,000. When it comes to the 6-month, you save over $600 because you're now doing the pay in full, and you get the half-hour session valued at over $500. And then Mastering Money Mindset, remember those other bonuses are included, so you can do that as well. So Karina is here sharing that link with you. Again, I'm not affiliated. You want to do your own research on that. Let us know if you're considering, and what you're going to do if you decide to do that is you're just going to email the payment to, or send the payment to my personal email, and Karina can put this in the write-up for you, but it's cynthia@cynthiastant.com. That is the PayPal account that you would send that to. So hopefully that answers some questions. And again, my personal goal is to remind you, I'm not here to ever put anybody in, a financial situation. Okay. So there are times that we've had clients take loans and do this, and they had great experiences. I'm not necessarily saying you must do this, you should do this. It's about coming here, being really excited, I don't want you coming in being really nervous. Now, again, what's the difference between being nervous and excited? It's depending on how you label it. But my goal for you is to really enjoy this process, to really soak in this process, and to grow through this. Okay. So again, if you're considering that, maybe let us know. I'm happy to have a conversation with you. I'd love for you to really hear me out and see if it's a good fit. Okay. That's really important. So that is an option. I feel like I need to get a tissue. Can you tell? You can't tell on screen, or am I? It's bad. I thought it's like, oh yeah, it's me breezy out here. It's not. Okay, so next, Marjorie, am I saying that right? Marjorie, I like it. Hopefully I'm saying it right. She goes, how do we push on a daily basis to attain consistent flow of money? Well, let me just tell you, there's no pushing necessary. When it comes to bringing money into your life, it's not about pushing. That's what this whole thing is about. It's not about grinding. It's not about hustling. That's a story that we tell ourselves. It's about aligning. It's completely different. So remember, your success when it comes to money truly is about celebrating. It's about showing gratitude. And every time you give thanks, you receive more to be thankful for. And so it's really about understanding that if you feel like you're pushing, you already got your sign, you're not in alignment. Yes, you need to take aligned action, but aligned action, when it's aligned, it feels good. It feels free. It feels like, oh, I don't know how to put it into words. It's like, it's understanding that it's not like, oh, this is hard. I hate this. That's unaligned. That's not what that feels like. So it's not about pushing. Remember, if you treat money like a love affair, are you ever pushing in your love affair? No, it's about giving freely. It's about receiving freely. It's about celebrating. It's about having gratitude. It's about standing on your own. Because here's the thing, remember, in order for other people to truly love you, you need to teach them how to love you by loving yourself. You teach others by setting the standard. You go first. Everybody else responds. You are the cause that creates the effect. In order for other people to trust you, you must trust yourself. In order for other people to value you, you must value yourself. Everything on the outside of you is a reflection of what's happening within. Your relationship with money is the same. So can you trust money? It's all about, can you trust yourself? It's not about pushing. It's about doing the internal work, because like attracts like. That's the secret, right? That's the law of attraction. You need to be receptive and a good partner to money for money to want to show up to you. So pushing's not part of it. And right away, just asking that question, it shows me that there's subconscious work that we can redo. Let me help you reprogram that, because that's what we're going to be working on, especially in the next 10 weeks, is rewiring your money thoughts. What is the things that you've been taught your whole life? Again, I heard my son the other day, just playing with his toys, and he's like, what's in your wallet? He's like, what? I'm like, I'm laughing. Like, why is he saying what's in your, like the jingle from Capital One? You don't understand. Think about this. Think about this for a second. Do you remember when we used to listen to like records or CDs, or I used to have a Walkman? Like, okay, now you can listen to any song in the entire world because it's like digital pixels floating up in an internet cloud. Around you right now, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. There is this like giant cloud of universal consciousness with everything accessible around you. You need to understand your subconscious is soaking in things all the time. And if you're not becoming conscious of your subconscious, it's going to control your life. But you need to connect to your higher self. You need to become the CEO of your life and say, I'm not available for that. I run my life like a business, and I'm not going to have a business that fails. I'm going to be successful. And my life is more than just business. It's in all areas. You need to be the boss of your life, and you need to be aware and conscious of what's happening. Otherwise, your thoughts are going to control you. You have to learn to control your thoughts. So it's really doing that. It's not about learning new things. It's about unlearning the things that have been conditioning you. It's really becoming aware and observing and realizing what you're available to and what you're not, really cleansing yourself, really having healthy boundaries and standards. It changes everything. This is the work that you're doing inside the Spiritual Success Experience. This is what I'm doing every single day. And this is what I'm teaching you to really up level. So Michaela's here. Hi, Michaela. You're welcome to chime in if you're willing to hang out with us. You had several questions, so we're gonna move through these. These are good. All right, so Michaela said, what methods can one utilize to form daily habits and discipline oneself? Okay, so the whole entire, like the whole thing about spiritual success experience, about being a woman who lives in alignment, it's all about discipline. And when I say the word discipline, so many people are like, ugh, that sounds like punishment. Discipline, that sounds freaking hard. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, well then say goodbye to all your dreams. Because discipline to me is not punishment. Discipline to me is freedom. Every single thing I have in my life, every single thing I have is because I'm a woman who decides to be disciplined. And people will say to me like, Cynthia, oh, you're so disciplined. That sounds like you never have fun. But guess what? I have more fun than anybody because I'm disciplined at having fun when I have fun. Like I just went away this past weekend for 4 days to Disney World, right? I didn't have my phone up. You don't see a million pictures because I wasn't even like on my phone. Because when I'm there, I'm there. When I'm with my client, I'm with you fully. Right now, you don't see me getting interrupted. I'm here with you because I'm disciplined in what I'm doing. I'm disciplined in my fitness. I'm disciplined in my mind and what goes in my body. I'm disciplined in my relationships. Every relationship I have in my life feeds me, nurtures me, uplifts me, inspires me, motivates me because I'm picky and choosy and I have standards and boundaries and because I want to live the best life I get to live. It's about discipline. And so when it comes to disciplining, this is what spiritual success experience is about. It's about teaching you how to have freedom. Remember, what is my purpose? What did I promise God I would do? My purpose is to be leading by example. It's to teach you how to have the courage to say yes to your success, how to really create a greater impact. Because every single time that a woman comes into my world and I help her to up level, I know for a fact that it's not just her, it's not just you that up levels. You're going to inspire your children, you're going to inspire your partners, you're going to inspire your clients. And guess what? When you change them, they all of a sudden inspire other people too. This is that ripple effect. Okay, so I want you to be part of that ripple effect. It's like dropping a stone in the water, it creates ripples. You can be the stone that creates effect. That's how you leave a legacy. That is what I'm here to do. I'm helping you to have more freedom, help you to have more impact, and then a lot more money too. Because money is the dream maker. It's not about just luxury and lavish things. It's about having freedom. And so that is my purpose in life. And that is what spiritual success is all about, really embracing the highest version of you who has discipline. And so this means we'll be teaching you time blocking. Time blocking is the thing that changed my life. Time blocking, because listen, my time is my most important asset. I have learned in life, you can always, always, always make more money. You cannot make more time. Time is the most important thing to me. That is why I don't work on Fridays. That is why I'm not available after 5 p.m. That is because I think about why do I do all the things that I do? It's to be present with the people in my life. So I really appreciate the time with them. And that's what I focus on. I prioritize that. But time blocking is important. I used to say I can get done in a day what most people can do in a week. I've actually gotten to the point now where I've mastered, I can get done in a day what it takes most people to do in a month. And I don't usually start my day until 9:30 and I end at 5. It's because when I sit down, I understand how to utilize time. I understand how to prioritize because look, 20-80 principle is real. 20% of the things you do are going to get you 80% of your return. Can you look at the 20% of the most important things? Can you look at things big picture, or are you stuck in the maze all the time? When you are your inner feminine beast, she's your higher self, you rise up and you look down on the maze. You can see the full picture. And that's what I want to teach you to do. Stop running into walls, running in circles. It's not about being busy, especially for entrepreneurs. I see this all the time. They're so busy, so busy, so busy. I'm not busy. I get shit done and I'm done at 5 and I am well ahead, well ahead. So I want to teach you how to time block, use your time as your biggest asset. And then also too, really organize your schedule. I know, and Karina knows, my full year schedule all the way out into the end of 2023 already. I'm not in my office right now, but I actually would go and I could show you my calendar. And I let you pick a month. I'd flip it open and you would see the whole calendar already filled out. Cynthia, that's crazy. No, it's not. I organize my life so that I can have freedom. Because for instance, I meet with my one-on-one clients and my VIP inner circle clients, which again is my sales and business consulting training, the first and third week of every month. Why? Because my husband says, Cynthia, do you want to go to Paris for a week? And I said, yeah, pick the second or fourth week of any month, sweetheart, and I'm available. That organization makes me know, I can have the freedom when I desire. The other thing is that I never wake up on the first of the month and say, guys, what are we going to sell this month? What are we going to do for money? What are we going to sell? No, we already have everything for next month completely done and ready to go. We are always working 2 months ahead because we know the plan. And again, that's something I teach the VIP inner circle ladies, but I also, again, that thing that I was telling you, the bonus that you're going to get if you do the Mastering Money Mindset. And of course, if you're in the spiritual success experience, 6 or 12 months, it's about knowing your why, understanding how to see full picture. You understand in business what I used to do. I used to be as a sales manager for either the Jim Beam brands or even when I worked for one of the most successful online business consultants. My job was to forecast sales. My job was to budget. My job was to come up with the programs to hit the number. So for instance, if our goal for one of the products was 5 million for a year, I wouldn't just be like, okay, guys, I hope you do our best. Let's go. Let's try. But that doesn't work. So what it's about is about thinking about the end result. It's knowing how to work backwards, and it's guaranteeing that you hit your goals. And it's planning. And you also plan for shit to go wrong, because guess what? It always does. When something goes wrong, do you react, or do you already have a plan ready to pivot? This is how I live my life too. I'm never going to accept not hitting my goals. I always hit my goals, but it's because I'm intentional, and it's because I have a plan and I have clarity on what I desire. This again is what we're teaching you inside these programs. So the other thing is, it's really understanding your daily to-do list. A lot of times I see people be busy, and again, it's not about being busy. How do you know what to do in your daily to-do list? Well, you need to understand what your top priorities are. You need to be thinking ahead. This is exactly why I have you working on a monthly vision board. It's not a full year vision board because that's way overwhelming. I'm going to show you, you can put something that you think may be 6 or 3 months away onto this month's board. And every single day when you sit down, you take actions. Remember I said aligned actions to move forward on achieving that thing. I think this is so important that I do this all the time. I even make Karina and my team, they do this every single month because I want them to move towards their visions, toward their dreams, and because this shit works. I make you as my client to turn in your vision board every single month, and I teach you how to make most of it and how to make moves on it. It's so important, but it's not just doing things to do things. It's intention, understanding universal law of cause and effect. You be the cause that creates the desired effect. And then, of course, the other thing about really having discipline in my life and daily habits is having my disciplined spiritual practice, doing the successful soul system meditation every single day, 20 minutes. 20 minutes? Yes. There's an old proverb that says, if you do not have 20 minutes to meditate, then you need to meditate for an hour. That's how important it is. Meditation to me is to my soul what food and water is to my body. It's that important because it's not what you do, it's who you are. And when you meditate, that's how you really work in alignment. So I want to remind you that's a big part of it too. And again, all of that is what I'll be teaching you inside the spiritual success experience. Now, when it comes to, Michaela had another question. What are the best practices to form a 12-month plan with daily actions on achieving one's goals when we're not even sure how to get there? So the thing is, nobody knows how to get there. Otherwise, you'd already be there. It's all about understanding that you need to just go. And when you go, you're going to get a response. Look at that response. I ask myself every day, what worked, what did it, and what am I going to do differently? If it worked, you continue doing it. If it doesn't, you got to shift, or otherwise you stay stuck. And it's all about moving, because the law of inertia says what goes in motion stays in motion. So what you need is not to understand the path, but you need to know the end result. What is it that you want? Do you have clarity on the end result? Because just like I said, if I had a $5 million budget, right, for this thing I'm responsible for selling and all the people selling it, I start with the end in mind. I don't just say, okay, we're going to sell 1, 2, 3, 4. I say, okay, we need to sell 5 million. Let's break down what that means every single month that we'd have to do. And what's also important is that you overshoot a little bit, because if something goes wrong, you don't want to not hit your goal. So that's how my mind works in business. But at the same time, that's how my mind works in my goals. It's what do you desire? Okay, so think about this. This is a fun example, but I have my little boy McKinley, and he is in kindergarten. Actually, he's going to first grade now, but he loves doing those little workbooks that you get from Costco that are like this big, and he just gets through those things. And one day he came to me and says, Mommy, can you help me with this particular worksheet? I don't understand how it works. And I looked at it and I said, oh, okay. So basically, sweetheart, there's a bunch of pictures here and they're all in different order. And you need to put them in the correct order. And he goes, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what the story is. I said, well, what can you tell here? He says, well, it looks like there's, a cow and then there's milk on a shelf. I said, so what makes what makes milk? He goes, cows do. I said, oh, so basically this is going to tell me I need to put in order how milk goes from a cow to on the shelf, Mom? I said, yeah. He goes, but I don't know. I said, well, you know what the end is? The end is the milk on the shelf. He's like, yeah. So I said, how do you think the milk gets on the shelf? Let's look at the pictures. And he's like, oh, well, somebody brings it on a truck. I was like, right. And he goes, oh, but look, that's somebody taking it off the truck onto the shelf. So that's the next one. So he put these all in order all the way back to the cow eating grass in the field. My kindergartner understood when I taught him this lesson. I was like, this is exactly what I teach my grown-ass women in my program. It's, do you know the end result? And even though you don't he's never actually seen milk come from a cow onto the shelf, he can understand how to look at the end result and put the pieces together that would be an idea. You need to understand, you're never going to know fully how it happens. You're never going to know exactly how it happens, but you need to come up with a plan that you can get your confidence behind, and then accept God into your life and know that you're supported, and just move. And every time you move, you are cause that gets an effect. You have to play offense in order to win. You have to move. And when you move, you're going to learn. And sometimes it's not going to work the way you want, but that's not a big deal. You just keep moving. And so, that's what I really help my clients to do. And again, that's about knowing your why. That's coming up with that full year plan. And that's something that is going to be gifted to you inside the program. The other thing is, it's really understanding that the more you do this, the more you get comfortable with going into the unknown and just putting yourself out there, you stop really wondering how it's going to work. I wake up every single morning and I say, today, God, I expect magic and miracles. Because when you live your life in the physical, how is it going to work? How's it going to work? How's it going to work? You're limiting yourself. You're literally walking around with blinders. Remember, when you tap into the spiritual realm, it's a sea of possibilities. It's all potentiality. Every single possibility is there for you, as long as you're open to receiving it. So I expect it. I'm open to receiving magic and miracles. And so I do. But if you're like, how, I need to look in a little box, you're going to be stuck there for a long time. So it's really just understanding, again, this life is a game. Have fun playing it, and show up as the best version of you who's here to win. That's your inner feminine beast. The other question that Michaela had, and thank you, I found this as a lovely compliment. She says, how do you build a personal brand? Because Cynthia portrays her confidence so well. It's intriguing when she speaks, and she's a great storyteller and speaks to her values, goals, mission so clearly. Thank you. Really, what it's about is, it's not about building a brand. It's about embodying a brand. So my brand is not something that I've been saying since I was a little kid. It kind of came out when I started, really showing up and teaching. And again, spiritual success experience, it's interesting if you think about it. It's a whole entire program about my lifestyle. So I'm teaching you how to be me or how to show up like me to get the results like me. And what that means is I have to be really clear on who I am. See, when we talk about a brand, what is a brand? A brand is a promised experience. I'm going to say that again. A brand is a promised experience. And I was laughing because I was just in Disney World this last weekend, which I'm there pretty often, but Joey and I were pointing at all the places that said magical day, have a magical day, because I use that as an example. I love Disney. I love going to Disney World because I have little kids, but it's also fun for adults. And it's always just like world class. Like that's what my son says. He goes, this is world class, Mommy. This is like the best landscaping, the best service. Everything's so clean. And guess what? Everybody's so cheery all the time. I spend lots of money at Disney because why? It's a promised experience. Every single time I go, I know I'm going to have a magical day. Well, never, ever, ever have I ever gone to Disney and somebody say, hey, you, I hope you have a mediocre day. And never do I have a mediocre day. Every time I go there, we're like, it keeps getting better. And so that is Disney's brand. And it has a lot of value. Excuse me. And I'm willing to invest a lot into that magical experience. So my brand, Inner Feminine Beast, isn't just this cute idea. What it really is a promise experience. It's the essence of my soul. It's who I am. Who I am with you here right now is exactly who I am with my husband, my children, with Karina, with my clients, with my mom, with a stranger. And that's so free because I'm never pretending to be somebody that I'm not. I'm never going to lie and dabble and try and figure out. I'm always going to lead by example. And that sets a standard for myself. Even when nobody's watching me, it feels like everybody's watching me because I know that I am a promised experience. I even give my husband permission. It doesn't really happen anymore. But if I ever started sliding out of my frequency of my higher self and started, maybe doubting myself a little bit, or maybe I was, not stepping up the way I should, he would say, Cynthia, that's so not IFB. You're not IFB right now. And I'll be like, oh, but you're right, because I have a standard to live by. So being my authentic self, being my genuine self, giving myself permission to stutter on camera, to cuss on camera, because that feels good and I'm in flow and not thinking, the ability to just allow whatever wants to come to me and through me and just be myself, that is my promise experience. I promise to always be myself. I promise to always lead by example. I promise to always be the woman who chooses to go for it. And when I am always authentic, I can never mess up. So that's what it's about. It's not about building a brand. It's about embodying the essence of your soul. It's about embodying a promise experience. And that's something that we talk a lot about in more of like VIP Inner Circle. And again, VIP Inner Circle is my business consulting and sales strategy mastermind. This is where I really help women who are looking to have service-based businesses and scale them online. And I really support that. And the results in there, if you're ever interested in learning about that, but women are having, cash months that are bigger than 50% of everything they made last year. Like we have women who were having $1,500 consistent months in there to over $20,000 in the first 30 days. Like this is where you're really understanding the energetics of business. You're showing up as a leader and you're really understanding how to have spiritually aligned sales systems and structures put into place. So that is completely different. Karina sharing that. So you can always, look into that as well. Please make sure that if you're considering VIP Inner Circle, that you can look into to touching base with us. It's really important that I have a conversation with any lady that comes into that because I want to make sure that I can really support you. Okay. Yes, the VIP Inner Circle, Astanya, is a completely different program. And the work that we were talking about here in this complimentary masterclass is more entailed to the information inside the spiritual success experience. Now, our most recent masterclasses, and we've had other ones where we can still invite you to come check out some of the work. The VIP Inner Circle is a higher category. It's the business and sales. Now, just so you know, everybody that's in my VIP Inner Circle, which is business and sales strategies, also goes inside the full year of the spiritual success experience. And that's included in that because I can't just teach you what to do. I have to teach you who to be when you do it. And again, when I'm teaching you what to do, I'm not here to be like, do this, do that, do this in your business. What I'm here to do is give you a bunch of options, give you a smorgasbord, a buffet of all the different things. Being that I've worked with 7- and 8-figure women and thousands of different entrepreneurs in business consulting, I can help provide what would be the best option, but we need to do the one that's aligned for you. So yeah, that's a completely different program. The information that you're receiving here is going to be more aligned with spiritual success experience. And a lot of the ladies who go inside spiritual success experience, they love it. They're like, okay, now I feel aligned. Now I'm gaining my confidence. Now I feel like I really want to take off my business. Now I'm interested in moving up to VIP Inner Circle. And that happens a lot. And that's always an option. You can always, once you come in, if you decide to learn more about VIP Inner Circle, you can always move up after that. Okay, so the other question, the last one that we have here for today is from Jacqueline Hood. And it's a great question. But this question, it is about money, but it also goes very much into the teachings that I would do inside VIP Inner Circle. So Jacqueline Hood said, how do I confidently raise my price without feeling greedy? Great question. So again, this would be a VIP inner circle, sales and business consulting. And what is understanding is, I honestly don't use the word price very often, if you notice that. I say the word investment, because when you work with me, it's not price. What's your price? The investment for working with me, because an investment means you're getting a return. So the investment is what you want to look at, not your price, your investment. But if you are going to say the word price just because it sounds good, I always say like your pricing is your positioning. For me, what I teach my clients is that it's not about having something that's like $50 and selling that to 1,000 people. Making 1,000 sales is a lot harder than having something that's $1,000+ to 50 people. 50 sales is always going to be easier than 1,000 sales, no matter what the price point is. Okay. And so it's really important that you're not talking to the masses. You're finding your 50 people, and that's really connecting with them and really knowing who they are and showing up for them and making it very clear on the value that you have. You need to understand that, like for me, I have raised my prices all the time, and you're going to see me continue raising them. Why? Because I feel so confident about the value that I bring. And I am fully focusing on serving and getting all of my clients results. And what happens is your confidence is going to keep rising when you see the results your clients are getting. It's like, when you charge something and all of a sudden we have like Jen Stoney come in and say, Cynthia, from your lessons and working with you at this investment, I made over $24,000 in cash this month. And you're like, okay, I see the value. You know what I mean? When Dr. Aaron's like, hey, Cynthia, I signed up for your one-on-one work, which is my highest tier program, and I made back the entire investment in 9 days. I'm like, okay, I see the value there. So your confidence comes. And when your confidence is there, you're going to energetically be like, okay, I see the value. And the more that you can see your value, the more other people can see your value. So you don't have to be super high in the beginning. You can leverage, you can keep moving your price, your investment. But what you have to do is focusing on serving. My clients, I serve, I show up for, and I make sure as long as they're doing the work, because again, this is a relationship. Money is the energy of commitment. We're committed to each other. They have to be just as equally in it. And if they are, they're going to get the results. Focus on serving, getting your clients results. And when your clients get the results, it's a no-brainer that you're like, okay, there's value here. I'm going to keep going. It's your energy has to be behind your price. And it can start low. Actually, when I work with my clients in VIP Inner Circle, we usually start at a lower price point. They're like, Cynthia, this is so like such a small investment. I'm like, exactly. The reason why we do that is to encourage to get a lot of painfuls. I want you as a newer business owner and or somebody who has a newer program and or somebody who's looking to really build a new empire to start from a certain point to build the right foundation. Even like clients that I have that are 7 figures, I kind of work with them on just like getting to the right price point that's a no-brainer so that we can develop a lot of cash. Cash is important in the beginning because it takes money sometimes to make money. What you put out is what you get back. And so I want to make sure that they have a lot of cash so that we can breathe for a little bit. And at the same time, we can invest back to grow this to be and create the space that we need to. And then what happens is you leverage a price increase. It's human nature. When we hear that the price is going up, we want to get it now. So every time that they do some kind of conversion event or every time they feel energetically aligned, they announce, just so you know, everybody, the price is going up. And when we say the investment is going up, it's not like, get it now. It's more like, hey, we're going to be here. We're going to be available. We're going to always be here. But just so you know, if you want to save, now's the time, right? So you can leverage that price increase because people want to get in at the lower price point. And then what happens is when you get to a certain level, that is, I consider the sweet spot, you're going to start getting more payment plans. For me, what I teach my clients, it's all about having a subscription-based model. It's about having recurring payments. It's about securing future income. For instance, when I wake up on the 1st of every month, whether I want to do a sales event or not, which I'm going to because I love doing this, I can know that I'm going to have multiple 5 figures coming into my business, regardless if I decide to work or not this month. That's because of the systems put in place built on having a great payment plan option. So you need to understand, it's about if you truly see your value, if you're being an ethical woman and you're really showing up to serve and you feel you're doing God's purpose, then you should never feel guilty about raising your price, because when you give, you're allowed to receive. And the more you give, the more wins that your clients get, the more that you're allowed to receive for that. In fact, could you imagine if everybody around you was winning because of the service that you were giving, but you felt drained and depleted and burnt out? That's not okay. Every single time I work with somebody, I'm at the investment level where I'm like, whoa, this feels great for me. This feels good. But also what happens is when people pay a lot to work with you, they're gonna be more committed. If you have something that's $200, $300, $111, Lord knows everyone loves their angel numbers, right? 333, 555. If you have something at that lower level, what happens is somebody's like, I paid for it, but you know what? I didn't get to it. I was kind of busy. Like, luckily it wasn't that much. Like I bought something just recently that was $111 and I still haven't opened it. It collects virtual dust. When you charge more, people show up. They have their pen ready. They don't miss a session. And that's important. Why is that important? Because you need your clients to do the work in order to get the result. Why do you need your clients to get results? Because that's where your testimonials are going to come from. Think about it. When you buy something on Amazon, same exact product. One of them has 4 reviews, one has 4,000. Which one do you pick? The one with the 4,000. You need testimonials to have a successful business. But why else do you need your clients to get results? Because that's where your referrals come from. 50% of your business should be referrals. That means your clients are happy. And if it's not, we need to really help to focus on serving even more. Why else do you need your clients to get referrals? Yes, because that's why you're doing it, to get results, not referrals. Why else do you need your clients to get results? Because that's why we're doing this in the first place, to get our clients results. That is our purpose, is to help serve women, to have them create a greater impact, to have more freedom, and to make more money, to live a life where they are deeply satisfied. So when I help women to feel like that, I feel completely okay receiving on my end as well. And you should as well. And just so you know, it's like that for everybody in the beginning, but you just get your confidence behind it. And it's not about waiting to your confidence to do the thing. You have to do the thing, and that's how you become confident. But again, I would never be the woman I am today if I didn't have mentors, if I didn't have people helping me and supporting me on these kind of things. And remember, it's not just the strategies and systems. That's VIP Inner Circle. That's a lot of that. It's understanding the alignment of who you are. That's what's going to really help it make a no-brainer. When you hear me talk about my programs, you can see me be like, and do you see the value? Do you understand this is no-brainer? Like, do you get it? Like, because I feel the value behind it. Like, I feel the value. I feel so proud of these programs. I know that they're absolutely life-changing, and I've seen hundreds of women have their lives changed because of it. So for me, it's so easy to talk about. And for me, the value, of course, is there. And that just takes practice. And so I encourage you to do the inner work. Your alignment is everything. But let me know if that makes sense. So I'm glad Stefania says this. Oh, she says this makes so much sense. That's great. Well, ladies, these were wonderful questions. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for the Mastering Money Masterclass. Again, we're going to be enrolling until Tuesday, the 12th. That's when we're going to be starting. You're always welcome to join us a little after. We're always open, but to get started on the first signature program, that's when that's going to take place. Again, painful options as far as the one-on-one bonuses are always available for you. If after hearing a little bit more today about VIP Inner Circle, my business consulting sales strategy mastermind, remember all spiritual success is included in that. If you're interested in that, you can reach out to Karina. She can see if that's a great fit for you. Regardless, a lot of the women like to start in the spiritual success experience. That's really how you're gonna get the feel for this container. Any other questions, definitely let us know. We're here with open arms. Again, PayPal is an option. Please reach out to us if you're considering that though. We can't wait. We're celebrating the ladies that have already said yes to their success, and we'll be announcing those ladies soon, congratulating them. And when you see their faces, make sure you congratulate them as well. They're at the start of really up-leveling in all areas of success. And in the meantime, thank you so much. I really appreciate you and allowing me to be vulnerable and use this platform to serve. Acknowledge it, embrace it, see it through. See you later, successful souls.